Hello, hello. Welcome to the channel. I'll make this quick. I just posted this on Reddit just saying for you noobs, Friday could be a cheaper day to trade options on companies because weeklies expire on Friday, like no duh. And so I wanted to go over a trade that I did on a Friday. This was Friday, April 25th, and I traded NVIDIA. Actually, somebody mentioned it on the daily Wall Street Bets feed. Oh, look, Nvidia's getting close to 110. Maybe it's going to break. And I took a quick look. Now, as some of you know, I'm kind of a cheap bastard. I'm actually just very conservative because, I've been playing options since before COVID, a few months before COVID. I actually got into options because of COVID. I knew it was coming. I was going to, the market was going to crash. And I actually did pretty well, but then I screwed it all up. And that's a story for another day. However, look, if you see my other trades, I usually buy options that are way out of the money. I'm just looking for a strong short-term move. But in this case, I actually bought the 110 call, right, on a Friday, right? You see that, 9:26 a.m.? It was right about here. It hadn't hit 110 yet, but it was going to, it looked like, and so I jumped in. I didn't mind because it was only $29, but that's because it was a weekly expiring the same day and there was, it was all or nothing. It was going to happen then or not type of a deal. I got pretty lucky. I timed it right. And I got out about 15 minutes later and I tripled my money, right? 940, got out, $90, 3x return. Now the pricing of options for NVIDIA right now are kind of screwed up because it rocketed post close. But it closed around, where was this? Like 117. So look, at the money, 117 is like $2. But come Friday, there'll be a point in time when an at the money call or put is going to be probably kind of cheap, a lot cheaper than what it is right now, right? Because right now you're still buying 2 days worth of theta and the volatility and the potential move and all this other stuff, blah 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 blah. But when you buy like the last day of the weekly, it's just those few hours, right? You're not fighting theta, well, you are, but not really that much. If you're right about the move, you make a bunch of money, right? And that's why those people who buy SPY calls or puts, the guys who do the zero DTE get huge returns versus those who maybe bet the same direction but buy longer dated puts and calls. And this is just obviously for entertainment purposes only, but Nvidia's got some news going on. I might try it again on Friday. I might, depending where I'm at, might buy one of these like, Friday morning, do a day trade type of thing. If I screw up, I'll just let it expire. But that's something I'll be looking at on Friday probably. And I'll probably look at Hibbs. I missed out on Hibbs the other day because it was too cheap to bet $1, and then it went up to like 250. It's still kind of a pisser. Whereas right now, well, now it's worth 345. That could be three times, but it's just too cheap to play that. But on Friday, I'll take a look. We'll see where we're at, and if the market looks like it's strong or it's got momentum. I mean, part of it is how the market in general is doing. The other part is obviously there's just momentum behind the stock. Sometimes just one stock gets momentum and everyone's pushing into it just because everybody wants to make some money. All the all the idiots just start running in and because everybody's hoping they're going to get paid. Obviously some of them are going to get burned and after pretty bad, but there will be those who will make out. And so on Friday I might take a look. I might take a look at the 60s depending where this is at, because as time's running out, look, there's lots of, look at the volume, look at the outstanding. There's some people that are betting that the 60 call is going to make a move. And so possibly on Friday when I get in, I'll pay, if we're still, $5 away from it, maybe it'll cost me $20 to get in and maybe it'll push. Anyway, um, not financial advice, just for entertainment purposes only. But Friday is definitely one of the better days to trade because you risk less capital and it's good for small accounts. Good luck to you.